Evet, Noire bölüm 6 sanırım. Kaldığımız yerden devam ediyoruz. Oyunun en zor bölümleri aslında bana sorarsanız. Bunlar Manifest Destiny.
Earl Phelps, a shooting at the 111 Club, 6232 Hollywood Boulevard.
Sounds like a homicide beef.
Two of the dead guys caught in the crossfire were carrying Army surplus morphine. Get over there before homicide tramples all over the place.
We already cleared that up.
Judge in Pasadena took the big sleep yesterday. He had a personal stash of 20 cigarettes. Appears we didn't get all of it.
You're the reason, brother.
I'm praying that those prints come through so I can nail that son of a bitch.
God damn it. Just can't seem to put this morphine to sleep.
Aynen gelmemiş.
A dead judge. It's not good.
Everyone has their vices. Even you, Phelps.
Need a drink. I got the jitters again.
This guy was willing to rat his own mother after I sweated him.
Lan nerede?
I'm not as dumb as you look. He's a waste in the police force. Good-looking boy like that could go into politics.
You can drive.
Yan görev yapmak istemiyorum. Sezgi puanı kazanamayacağız dolayısıyla ama biraz hızlanmak lazım.
Parker and Green are going toe-to-toe for the top job. There's a change in the wind.
About time.
This wind will be like a tornado, Phelps. Parker's got a puritanical streak. You never know who'll get swept up in a thing like that.
Pragitis takip teşekkürler.
Homicide guys are already inside.
Ha geç kalmışız.
Bukowski.
Phelps, back again. We're here about the morphine. Over by the bandstand. You can see what's left of the owner, Eddie McGoldrick, 26, former Marine.
I know Eddie McGoldrick. He was a non-com in my old unit.
I'm sorry to hear that, Cole. Waitress said he recently came into some money and bought the club.
Who are the other Vics?
Two musicians, Biddleston and Bo. And get this, they used to be in a four-piece, but the trombone player and the drummer OD'd.
Don't tell me. Lamont and Tyree? We've met the rest of the band.
Now they're a no-piece.
Do you mind if we take a look around?
Be my guest. You might want a word with the hostess, too. I'll keep her company until you're ready.
Must have pumped a dozen rounds into it. Certainly sends a message.
Delik deşik etmişler adamı be.
When you're ready to have a civil conversation, we can try again.
Bölümün kartı. Şu yeşil gazoz şişesi de her bölgede var zaten, hep çöp.
Well maintained, custom case. Someone cared for this instrument.
I think I've seen it all.
Ses
What's
geliyor.
that click? Neat trick. The case must have cost more than the trumpet.
Bilet daha önce de görmüştüm.
We should follow up on the musician angle.
Aleykümselam.
Kept his stash close at hand.
Aleykümselam. Lan bir dakika ya, kapatma. İyi, nasıl olalım?
Find anything interesting?
Bir morfin de bundan çıktı.
You have a new source, or is this coming from what's left in circulation?
Sigara.
Army surplus again. McGoldrick must have been moving contraband through the club.
Hitman'a başlamayı düşünüyorum.
Dozen packs to a carton, 100 cartons or more. Looks like a couple of months' supply.
O silah.
These look brand new. Never fired. Haven't been degreased yet. We could check on the serial numbers.
This guy hunting for bear? Look at these things.
They're
Aleykümselam.
B.A.Rs. You get the odd guy who sneaks one of them home from the war. How did he get 3 of them?
Harbiden nereden bulmuş
Army
olur?
surplus morphine, Army surplus weapons, Army surplus valors. Sound familiar?
We should get back to the station and check the details of what exactly was
Bence de.
lifted from that ship.
Take a look around, Phelps. Looks like a straightforward execution to me.
Evet, sanırım hepsini bulduk. Bir bara bakayım son olarak. Ona baktık zaten.
I've seen it all.
Neler bulduğumuza bakalım şimdi. Morfin bulduk adam üstünde. Müzisyen kulübüne giriş kartımız var. Kaçak sigaralarımız var. Kaçak tüfek. ordudan çalınan mallar var.
Ma'am, I'm Detective Phelps, Administrative Vice Squad.
Welcome to the 111 Club, Detective. Feels like I've had half the LAPD in here today already.
Arson.
Any idea who did the shooting?
No idea. It was my day off. If I had been here, honey, I'd be full of holes just like the others.
Ha bak, kendinden ne kadar emin ama yalan söylediğini, yani gözleri ele veriyor yalan söylediğini. Bu kızın burada çalıştığına dair bugün kanıt yok. Dolayısıyla ya doğru diyeceğiz ya şüpheli diyeceğiz. Tekrar soracağım şimdi.
Any idea who did the shooting?
No idea. It was my day off. If I had been here, honey, I'd be full of holes just like the others.
Şüpheli.
You want to level with me, miss, before we start taking an interest
Bildik.
in you.
This place has been on the slide for years. Eddie turns up, buys the club, then we start getting visits from tough guys. Next thing you know, we have the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Are you getting the picture?
McGoldrick, o kimdi?
Come on back and ask your question. I don't bite.
Eddie Goldrick. Kulübün sahibi.
Tell us about Eddie.
Eddie didn't know a thing about running a nightclub. He came into some money and waltzed in and bought the place. The previous owner thought all his Christmases had come at once.
Doğru olması lazım. Gözünde kaçırmıyor ama.
Where do you think he got the money?
My guess was that he was selling the sort of quality product that you don't need to advertise.
Şüpheli değil, doğru.
Thank you for your help, ma'am.
Eddie
Today
was in
can-
over his head, but he was a decent boss.
Evet, buradaki her şeyi tamamladık. Üzerini çizmiş. Şimdi şu müzik kulübüne gidelim bakalım. Haydi.
What do you think?
Back to the station. We need to speak to someone on the robbery detail.
You catch all the good ones, Phelps.
Will this make it into the paper?
All these cops.
You drive.
Gotta
I
be
need to go over the
something
case
big,
notes.
right?
Bakalım bu müzisyenler niye böyle ölüyorlar?
That's the cop in the newspaper. Cheers all around, doll.
Excuse me. I've got to sort through some unclaimed items right now.
Take a break, boys.
We would like them to stay, Miss Lichtmann. We're making inquiries into the recent deaths of 4 musicians.
Since when have the police cared about dead black men?
Good point. We don't. What we care about is 2 tons of Army surplus morphine showing up on the street. If you care about working in this town, you better give me something on Biddleston and Bow, or their knucklehead buddies Tyree and Lamont.
And this is your idea of making inquiries, Untersturmführer?
I've told you 1,000 times about speaking that German gibberish at me, Elsa.
Hop hop hop, sakin ol.
How about you get a drink while I see to this?
Will you sit down?
Why antagonize him, Elsa? You know what he's capable of.
Ask your questions, head officer. We have work to do.
Vallahi hatırlamıyorum ya. Bir tane bozuldu çünkü. Bunu aldım ama markasını hatırlamıyorum. Yazmıyordu üstünde. Yazıyordu da okuyamıyorum şimdi. Öyle çok kaliteli bir şey değil. Thompson Walker hoş geldin. Dondurma ve limon için teşekkürler. Eyvallah. Bu kadının çok tehlikeli yalnız ha. Kendine ele vermeyebilir. Adı Elsa Lichtmann. Almanya'da sürgün edilmiş. Gece kulübünün şarkıcısıymış bu. Şu morfini bir soralım bakalım.
People are dying of overdoses. If you know anything about it, you need to tell me.
I can't help you.
A lot of cats are into the thing. There's nothing special about your boys.
People are dying of overdoses. If you know anything about it, you need to tell me.
I can't help you.
A lot of cats are into the thing. There's nothing special about your boys.
Gözlere bak. Bizimki de inanmıyor benimki gibi. Bizim adam da inanmıyor. Ama gözleri doğru yalan söylemiyormuş gibi görünüyor ama artık oyunun çok sonlarına doğru geldiğimiz için çok böyle gözlere aldanmamak lazım. Bu kadına kanıt sunamam. Kanıt yok zaten. Onunla ilgili. Ya doğru ya şüpheli diyeceğiz. Doğrudur. Ben şüpheli diyorum. Siz ne diyorsunuz? Kestirip attı çünkü yani. Tamam kestirip atabilirsin de bu kadar sert söylemesi. Garp sen ne diyorsun? Ben şüpheli diyorum.
Do something. Don't just stand there all day.
Şüpheli. Bastım.
You can do this the easy way with me, or I can call my partner back over. I can assure you he's a lot less sensitive.
You think your threats frighten me?
Black man don't supply nothing. You think there's a black man in this town holding on to 2 tons of morphine? He'd be dead in a minute. White man supplies, black man buys.
Şu arkadaki ırkçıya da uyuz oldum ha harbiden. Toprak hoş geldin D-Live'den. Aşırı doz morfin alan kurbanlar.
My partner mentioned a couple of names. You recognize them?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Gözlerini kaçırdın. Kaçırıyorsun. Gözlerini kaçırıyor bak.
My partner mentioned a couple of names. You recognize them?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ben yine yine şüphelendim. Şüpheliye basıyorum tekrar. İlkini bildik bu arada şüpheliydi. Yine şüpheli geliyor bana. Basıyorum. Bildik.
The only way you're going to get rid of me is to give me an answer.
I knew Cornell. We worked together a few years ago. He loved the music, but the music didn't love him.
What does that mean?
It means that he just wasn't that good. He was a sad, lonely cat.
Boys, Take 5 minutes, please. I need to have a private word with you, officer. Why do you ask people to risk talking about a subject that could have them jailed?
Drugs are against the law, Elsa.
You're so full of courage, you have never felt ashamed.
This is getting us nowhere.
Do you think you'll win your war against narcotics?
It's not my war. It's against the law. My job is to prosecute the laws of this city.
Do you think you can stop people from needing drugs, detective?
I'm asking the questions here.
Then why do you come to me with your stupid questions? You know who controls the drugs in this city.
It's not enough to just survive, Elsa. You have to try and make the world a better place.
Brave words, and very noble. But words are just words, Cole Phelps.
She's right. We need to pay a visit to the mixer.
Cohen? Do you know where to find him?
This time of day? You'll find him holding court at the Mocambo.
He can wait. There's something I need to be sure of. Give me till tomorrow morning.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, partner.
Bu dava bizim sonumuz bile olabilir ha. Çok zor iş. Baksana surata. Çok gergin oldu bizim karakter artık. Bunları takip etmeye başladık. İşte o zencilerde işte zenciler uyuşturucu işi yapmaz. Yok beyazlar yapar, zenciler alır falan diyor. Onlar da bir ayrı bir dava. ...2011 oyunu, ırkçılık konusu var. Yıl olmuş 2020 yine aynı. Amerika'da ırkçılık. Gerçi bu oyundaki yıl tabii ki 2011 değil, hani oyun çıkış yılından bahsediyorum aslında. Şu anda bu 1930 mu 40 mı öyle bir şey.
Ben, I risk losing the trail.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Bu kadın çok zeki ha. Başımıza bir şey gelecek sanki. Anladım. Aha, bu da bizi takip ediyor. Bunu zaten hiç sevmem. Bu arada bizim karakter evli, onu söyleyeyim de. Hani bilin. Ona göre yani.
LAPD, we're looking for Mayor Cohen. I believe he has lunch here.
There's not going to be any trouble, is there?
Which table?
Number 3, if you'll follow me.
You ought to meet Joe's buddy.
Orasını göstermedi.
Nice, really.
God damn it all, I asked them to hold the mayo.
Eggs were running.
LAPD, we have some questions
Hi,
regarding...
Mickey. How's it hanging?
Fine. Just fine, Roy. I see you brought Eaga Beaver along. Hope he's not going to put the shakes on me again.
Cole Phelps, Mickey Cohen.
Good afternoon.
He has manners. Aren't you a little green for this kid?
Meet Johnny Stompanato, Cole. He has the biggest schlong in Hollywood and the smallest gun. Or maybe that's the other way around. I can never quite remember.
You're a funny guy, Roy. Haven't I always said what a funny guy Roy is? And how much fun it would be to get together with him sometime.
Poor Johnny. He's the dark, sensitive type. He's a serviceman too, Cole. Johnny was at Okinawa.
You were in the crotch?
6th Marines.
The lieutenant who won the Silver Star up on Sugarloaf. I've heard of you.
Something like that.
All right, have we finished flirting? You got something to discuss, Roy, or are you going to stand around beating the meat while my lunch gets cold?
We have some questions.
Do I need my lawyer?
Ünlü organize suç baronu. Adam zaten direkt suçlu ama polisin göz yumduğu uyuşturucu baronu diyelim.
Your brother-in-law, Lenny Finkelstein, was selling stolen morphine. He had 1/3 of the shipment.
Old news, kid. I don't know anything about what Lenny was up to.
Yalan söylediği belli bence. Yani bir sürü şey bulduk orada. Morfin var, bar var, sigaralar var.
Your brother-in-law, Lenny Finkelstein, was selling stolen morphine. He had 1/3 of the shipment.
Old news, kid. I don't know anything about what Lenny was up to.
Jack Dragna has you on the run. You're muscling the guys who stole the morphine from the ship.
You calling me a liar, kid? You think you can prove that in court? Huh?
Morfin bulduk da bunun kardeşine ait olduğunu kanıtlamamız için.
I think your bright spark might have blown a fuse, Roy. Hey, you still there, kid?
Şimdi morfin bulduk da morfini bunun kardeşinin yaptığını nasıl? Tezgah pahında yok ki kullanayım. Yok, doğru söylemediğine ben de düşünüyorum da. Yalan da diyebiliriz. Morfine bassam ne olur diye düşünüyorum şu an. Kanıtı yok. Morfin var ortada ama. Bir daha sorabilir miyim?
You don't ask, you never find out. Your brother-in-law, Lenny Finkelstein, was selling stolen morphine. He had 1/3 of the shipment.
Old news, kid. I don't know anything about what Lenny was up to.
Dedim ya, baron, uyuşturucu baronu. Ya şüpheli diyeceğiz ya yalan deyip şunu göstereceğim, morfini. Çünkü kararsız kaldım ya. Şüpheli mi diyelim, yalan mı diyelim? Yalan dememiz için kanıtımız olması. Yani birini yalan diye suçladığınız zaman kanıtı göstermeniz gerekiyor. Her zaman öyle. Unutmayın onu. Bu oyunda böyle yani. O yüzden kanıtı yoksa şüpheli de diyebiliriz. Şimdi bana sorarsan doğru gelmiyor çünkü gözlerini kaçırıyor zaten. Evet, şüpheli diyeceğim. Yalan dersem morfin. Kanıtlayamam. Şüpheli diyorum. Bildik.
So I'm supposed to believe that you don't know what happened to the rest of the shipment?
Lenny, God rest his soul, was a moron. He was family, though, and I haven't made a beef about that, so count yourself lucky, kid. The H is a filthy habit, and I don't condone it. The simple solution would be to have all the dope fiends put down.
So you don't know where he got the morphine?
Kid, ask a question you might get an answer to.
We believe there's a link between a group of Marines and the morphine stolen from the SS Coolridge. One of those Marines was shot to death in a club last night.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Ya abi. Abi bu adamın bu adam zaten hiç doğru söylemeye niyeti yok ki. Baksana gözlerini yine kaçırıyor yani. Bunlar bu ipucunu biz kendimiz ortaya çıkardık zaten. Bir kere daha soracağım bak şimdi.
We believe there's a link between a group of Marines and the morphine stolen from the SS Coolridge. One of those Marines was shot to death in a club last night.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Ne kadar rahat ya. Tamam, şüpheli diyorum. Bildik.
So you haven't heard anything about what happened at the 111 Club?
What can I say, kid? I'm shocked that in the land of opportunity, Uncle Sam's finest feel the need to resort to crime. It's a dangerous business. I can attest to that. I'd recommend they get out of the life. Quickly.
A few Negroes saying goodbye on the sidewalk will never make the papers, Mickey. But we had a judge in Pasadena say adios the other day. Prominent white people popping their clogs makes everyone nervous.
You know dope has never been my thing, Roy. It's always been for schmendricks like Jack D. and Jimmy Utley. But I'll ask around and I'll get back to you. Hey, you boys want some lunch? How about a drink?
We'll take a rain check on that. Come on, Cole, we're leaving.
We have to cut that dope. It looks bad with people dying.
We have to get the rest of it. There's no way of watering down the stuff in those little packages. Put the squeeze on those guys and get the rest of it.
They don't seem the type to frighten that easy.
We'll see.
Görüyor musunuz arkadan neler dönüyor?
What's going on?
That fucking rat Stoker has gone public about Brenda.
Who is Brenda?
Brenda is LA's most famous madam.
And everyone knows it?
Of course everyone knows. Brenda pays her way.
Are we cops or a collection agency?
Whores have been around since the Bible. Our job is to keep it off the street so Joe Citizen and his wife can stroll around unmolested.
Then we should change the law.
Are you out of your mind? Every politician in America is against prostitution, except when they're using them.
So where does Stoker come in?
He objects to the LAPD and the administration taking its cut.
Is everyone in on this?
Yeah, and that's the problem. From a little acorn does a large tree grow. He could bring the whole thing crashing down on us.
Aren't you supposed to be working the...
Sir, do you know which robbery detectives are working the Army surplus theft from the Coolridge?
Caldwell and McManus. I saw Caldwell in the squad room not long ago if you want to speak to him.
Thank you, sir. We'll do that.
This way.
Çok garip ya. Adamlar polislerle çalışıyorlar herhalde ki hiç bakıyorlar esrar, morfin.
Got a minute?
Sure, Cole, anytime.
You've been working the docks robbery on the SS Coolridge?
Yeah, that's right.
So how do you see it?
Inside job. Either the guys working the wharves or some of the guys on the ship.
Herhalde içeriden
What else was
destekli
taken
işte.
apart from the morphine?
Case of B.A.R's, case of Thompson's, crate of Valor smokes.
Aynen bak bu adam da
Homicide
biliyor.
just recovered 3 B.A.R's and a mountain of cigarettes at a shooting at the 111 Club.
No kidding. I better get over there.
Do you have a copy of the manifest?
Yeah. Here it is.
So, how do we connect the docks robbery to the mess at the 111 Club?
Nasıl kuracağız? Çin, Şangay, San Pedro. Sheldon Courtney. Bu adam bana Jack Kelso. Bu isimler tanıdık. Jack Kelso bizim askerden arkadaşımız olması lazım. Sheldon Courtney de o gazetelerde küpürlerini bulduğumuz doktor.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Evet, burada da silahların numaraları var. Şimdi bir dakika bakacağım. Bakamıyor muyum?
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Bir saniye. M19 18 A5.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop them.
Otursana şuraya ya.
You think those Vice boys get any on the side?
M19 18 A5 şu.
You know you've got it made if you can get to that.
Here's our backroom arsenal from the 111 Club.
I need a drink. I got the goddamn jitters again.
I say we bust in there and
Karton
find
sigara.
the goddamn
This is the
evidence.
crate we recovered.
Burada da morfinler var.
500,000 cigarettes loose on the streets of LA.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want
Enough to
stop
arm
them with
3
one
companies. Some of these guys are from my old unit. They must have finally
Bak işte bak
come home.
söylüyor bak. Kelso, Sheldon.
McGoldrick.
McGoldrick was on the boat?
Sure, we checked him out.
McGoldrick bought the 111 Club, Harry. His brains are all over the bar.
Looks like whoever stole the dope is getting muscled.
By whom?
Dragner or Cohen. They control the hop.
Detectives, KGPL's going crazy. Shots fired at 1384 North Bronson. Some guy with an automatic spraying a Hollywood bus. They want every car. Go!
Oha, bütün polisi oraya mı gidecek? Bütün herkesi istediler diyor.
Are we going to the Mocambo'da this Friday? You ought to meet Joe this Friday. You're the reason, brother.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
You're the reason, brother.
How well did you know the owner?
Goldrick? Well enough. He was in my unit.
That's some cruel irony. You survive the war, then get blown to pieces back home.
It happens more than you think. Young guys trying to adjust to normal life, getting mixed up in the wrong crowds.
The kid had just bought a nightclub. I'd say he got mixed up in the right crowds.
Until someone filled him full of holes.
You don't come into that kind of money that quickly without pissing a few people off.
All units, officers need help at 1384 North Bronson. 1384 North Bronson, shots fired. Any units to handle identified. Code 3. All units, further on the shooting at 1384 North Bronson. 116 Adam reports the suspect is on the roof of the J.W. Robinson building. All units,
İşte bak orta silahını kullanıyor adam. Şarjör değiştirirken koşmam lazım.
all units, officer down at 1384 North Bronson. Ambulance is en route. Repeating, all units, officers still need help on Bronson. Approach extreme caution.
M1918 A1. Bunlar şarjör. Özel bir şey sanmıyorum ama bir bakayım yine de.
Phone number and restaurant table.
Bir randevu var. Saat 12 ile 2 arasında. Bir adam biriyle randevusu var. Saat özel bir şeyi yok. Üzerinde başka bir şey yok.
I know that guy. Felix Alvaro.
He's one of the guys from the ship?
His name was on the manifest.
Looks like McGoldrick wasn't the only one to get a message.
Hey, Alvaro.
Hey, Lieutenant.
He's just a plain detective now, Chico.
Who's the jughead?
This is my partner, Roy Earle. We just want to find out what happened.
What happened is that someone took a shot at my bus. And then cops turned up and started treating me like I'm some sort of Pachuco punk. My people have been in California for over 300 years.
Very fucking admirable, Felix.
You hear anything about the big heist on the Coolridge?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So what happened?
Not much. The cops came and interviewed me and all the other guys on the ship.
You hear anything about the big heist on the Coolridge?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So what happened?
Not much. The cops came and interviewed me and all the other guys on the ship.
Yani doğru diyeceğim ama yine de içimde biraz şüphe var. Değil. Doğru değil.
The morphine is turning up everywhere. People are dying. You got something you want to tell me?
I'm a bus driver. Do I look like I run a dope racket?
Bir de 0 yaptık.
Who's shooting at you, Felix?
How the fuck do I know?
Yani
Who's shooting at you, Felix?
How the fuck do I know?
doğru. Değil.
So you're telling me this was
Arkadaş.
random?
They could want someone else on the bus. They could like using buses for target practice, man. How the hell would I know?
We'll be in touch, Felix.
You heard that Jack is in L.A.?
I saw his name on the manifest.
He's been here a couple of months. Sure glad to see you got over your wound, Lieutenant. I mean, Detective.
Oo,
Pretty
Jack
cool
Colson.
customer. He's been under fire before.
You buying his story?
Not for a minute.
2'de 0.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on a Jack Kelso.
Just a second. Jack Kelso, apartment 4, 1408 North El Centro
Geliyor
Avenue,
şimdi.
Hollywood.
Thanks for your help. I want to make it. You know you made it. You're behind the wheel.
Let me through. I just want to.
All right, where to?
Adamdan bir şey çıkaramadık. Kötü oldu. Adam doğru söylüyor diye inandık ama
Jack was a
doğru
company
söylemiyor.
sergeant. He would never get involved in something like this.
We brace him and drag him downtown.
Won't work. He's a tough customer.
Ne enteresan değil mi? Adamın askerlik arkadaşları olayın içinde. O askerlik anılarını boşuna göstermiyor bu oyun. En başından beri. Hiçbir şey boşuna değil zaten de.
Hello, Jack.
Yok
This
diyemeyiz.
is Detective Roy Earle.
Hello, Cole.
We would like a word.
Would you like to come inside?
Actually, we'd prefer if you'd come downtown with us. Do you mind?
Do I have any choice?
No, you don't.
Are you going to tell me what this is all about?
It would be better for all of us if we discussed it at the station.
Bad move, Cole.
How have you been, Jack?
Cut the crap. You pick me up in front of my apartment like a common criminal and then expect small talk? Fuck you.
Bu işte biraz zor olacak. Adam çünkü askerlik arkadaşı. Şimdi ne yapacağız? Eski Deniz Piyadesi ve OCS'den terk. OCS ne demek bilmiyorum ama. Elimizde morfin var. Bu müzisyenlerin onu geç. Sigaralar bulduk. Silahlar bulduk. Bir hırsızlığın sonucunda olmuş. Yük listesinde bunların ismi var. Tetikçinin cep defterinde çıkan şey bununla alakası yok. Yani yük listesi önemli burada. Bir de silahları önemli tabii ki.
You okay, Phelps? Standing around, doing nothing? You look shell-shocked.
Hadi bakalım başlıyoruz. Biraz zor olacak.
Do you know that there's a gang war going on in LA trying to recover that stolen morphine?
That has nothing to do with me.
Gözünü son anda kaçırdı. Hatta adam suratını, yüzünü kontrol bile edemiyor yani öyle. Benimle alakası yok diyor ama. Şimdi bir dakika.
Do you know that there's a gang war going on in LA trying to recover that stolen morphine?
That has nothing to do with me.
Yalan.
Jack, you know about the morphine. You weren't involved, but you know who is.
You can't prove what I know and what I don't know, Cole. This is going nowhere.
Yük listesi. Basayım mı? Burada adı var çünkü. İlk burada gördüm adını. Hatta tek adı geçen yer şeylerin içinde, kanıtların içinde. Basalım mı? Ne dersiniz? Bastım. Değil.
I'm done with this.
Olmadı ya. Olmadı ya.
Did you know that Eddie McGoldrick recently came into money and bought a nightclub?
No, I didn't know that.
Doğru.
And you didn't know that some mobsters blew his brains out last night?
No, I didn't.
You heard that a crate of B.A.R.s went missing?
No, I didn't.
You're not a good liar, Jack. I know you want to help your guys, but this has gone too far.
If you believe I had anything to do with the theft of the B.A.R.s, or the morphine for that matter, I suggest you produce some evidence. I've had enough of this.
Haydi.
You're wasting my time.
Buna şüpheli diyecektik o zaman.
What do you know about the Army surplus robbery from the Coolridge, Jack?
What I know is that on 3 separate occasions you would have been dead if it weren't for me. I don't know anything about the robbery.
Peki bilmiyorsun. Tamam.
Come
Ayda.
on, Jack. You were there. You must know something. People are dying over this morphine.
We had been in port 2 days and the Navy crew were busy unloading. Most of us were making final arrangements to travel home. Everything that was stolen was taken straight from the dockside. Police interviewed my unit and most of the swabbies.
Jack, we just want information.
Bullshit, Cole. Did you seriously believe that dragging me down here would get me to give up my own guys? You call yourself a Marine? Trying to make a name for yourself with this shitheel? Look at this chump with his $200 suit and $2,000 car.
The tough guy act is really impressive. I like you, Jack. I'd like to make you for this. I really would. I'm going to be working on it and keeping an eye on you. You can go now.
Shooting, Robert Steiner, 6780 West Sunset Boulevard. The victim is a Chris Majowski.
Another name from the manifest?
How many more friends of yours are gonna get plugged?
Harbiden ha. Bütün askerlik arkadaşları saldırıya uğruyor bugün.
Talk about tension. That was like being trapped in an elevator with a married couple who can't decide whether they love each other or hate each other.
We go back a long way.
You went too easy on him. Next time, you leave it to me. I know how to handle that smug son of a bitch.
You don't. Jack will never give up his own men.
Bu Jack Gelse'yi unutmayın.
They just walked up and shot the man. 2 of them officers, they went that way.
Go on, get after him. It's no good. We need to get closer.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
I'll try for the tires. Keep your foot down. Getting close. Steer him off the tar. I can't take the shot from here, Cole.
19, 18 A1'di. Bu da A2. Yok. Sanmıyorum. Aynı liste. Liste aynı bak.
An LAPD file.
Aramızda bir hain
Train
var.
in our midst. All of the names on the list have a hit team assigned to them. Cohen is meeting with Sheldon tonight.
We need to get to those guys fast, otherwise there'll be no case.
Buna bakamıyorum. Niye? Bir gazeteye bakacağız. İşte oyunun başından beri bulduğumuz gazeteler. Bu da sonuncusu olabilir.
We have to look at damage limitation. We can't allow that strumpet Brenda Allen to bring down the whole administration.
We've got to put a lid on the press. Can't someone talk to Harry over at the Times?
It's too late. The Times would look ridiculous if we dropped the story now.
Who is this Stoker?
Stoker's a lily-white. Nothing that will fix this in the short term.
My law and order credentials are disappearing as we speak.
Can we get Brenda to leave town?
Yes, we can, but she won't go quietly. Brenda has extensive records.
Can she at least lay low?
That's already been taken care of.
Mayor? District Attorney?
Who is this guy? And what does he want, Horrell?
The name's Roy Earle, Detective, Administrative Vice.
Aren't you one of the clowns that got us into this mess?
Oh, I think that the orders regarding Brenda come down, not up, Mayor. I have a human interest story. It involves a certain LAPD cop, a hero from the war.
Bizden bahsediyor galiba.
Beautiful wife and kids down, who has betrayed America for a German junkie whore, who has abandoned his pledge to the LAPD and his commitment to the public. We all serve. Could be all over the papers by tomorrow, and you would be off the hook.
So what do you want in return, Roy? Fingering a fellow officer.
Haini görüyorsunuz değil mi? Haini. Hani o kadınla gitmiştik ya. Ne oldu demiştin hani. İspiyonlamış. Bu arada oyunda 4 tane gazete daha bulamamışım. Bu adamın silahı kayıp galiba ya. Neyse.
You know the way. You can drive. They're taking out all the guys from the ship.
Why? How does that get them the dope?
They obviously don't know who has the morphine, and they're waiting for someone to rack it.
Koymamışlar mı pedal? Bakmadım.
Getting close and steer him off the tar. Step on it, huh? Just give me a little closer. Hit him. Clear this asshole off the road. Let's see how fast he runs on bare rims. Getting close. Steer him off the tar.
LAPD, put your hands in the air.
Crysis düşünüyorum da çok eski oyun ya, bilmiyorum. Sıkılabilirim ondan. Bunların da işi bitti. Sıra burada. Bakalım yine kimler ölecek.
Tell Courtney. Bad luck. Try. It was worth a try. God. Polar Bear Ice Company. You really did it.
Wonder whether it was worth it.
Most people never get the chance to be rich. Wouldn't you risk it?
Ceplerinde bir şey yok mu? Bir şey yok. O defterden bak, burada da var. Her olay yerinde var neredeyse. Şu masada bir şey var sanki. Yok, burada da bir şey yok. Bir şey kaçırıyorum ama ne? Burası normal bir ofis işte ama. Niye müzik var? Bu adama bakmamış mıydım ben? Baktım bu adama ya. Ha yok, bakmamışız.
Looks like Sheldon is bringing his own fire team with him. Juski, Beckett, Goldrick, Driscoll, these are good guys. Why did they get wrapped up in this thing?
Not everyone has your unwavering restraint in the face of temptation, Cole.
Beautiful day. Hope we have no trouble.
You can drive. This isn't looking good. I feel like the fat kid at the back of a race.
You sure it's Cohen making the hits?
All fingers point his way. Your buddies are in way over their heads. Being a Marine doesn't mean shit out here.
All right, let's kill these rat bastards.
Keep moving, I'll cover you. On the roof, Cole, nail him. Give me some goddamn cover! Find some cover!
Hit him from the... Clear me some space here! Get in cover! Damn thing's no good to me.
I'm gonna put out an APB on every one of the sons of bitches on that
KGPL to Car 11K. Car 11 King, come in.
Car 11 King.
11K, go to Hollywood Station. Hey, Courtney Sheldon is at Hollywood Station requesting an interview with Detective Cole Phelps.
Well, I'll be damned.
That's not correct protocol, 11K. I'll take that as a roger.
Car 11 King en route.
Courtney Sheldon. İşte oyunun en başından beri çıkan adam. Gazetelerde. O bir tane öğrencisi var ya üniversitede onunla.
Roy, in my office, if you please.
I'm working a major case. I'm not close, Cap. It's gonna have to wait.
Let Phelps do the interrogation.
But, Cap...
No buts. This is more important.
I got a call back to that Universal Chorus.
Selam. Umarım yanılmıyorumdur ama %80 eminim yani o adam. İşte buradaki de selam Salvatore. En büyük kanıtımız olacak. Courtney Sheldon'la buluşmanın yazıldığı not bizim. Burada da bir itiraf var. Adam ölürken Courtney'ye demiş ki kötü şans. Denemeye değerdi diye. Bir sürü ipucumuz var. Biraz zor olacak bu adamı. Bak işte bu adam. Bakın bu ikisi işte gazetelerde çıkıyordur. Kamerayı kapatayım. Bu ikisi.
Sheldon, is this your attorney?
No, detective. This is Dr. Harlan Fontaine. He came down here to help me out.
How do you do, sir? You stole the morphine from the Coolridge.
You can't prove that.
Let's see if I can try. And what is your relationship to Sheldon, sir?
Tutor, mentor. Mr. Sheldon is a medical student of mine. He has a very bright future.
Oh, that's nice to know. Too bad all of your war buddies won't get to see your graduation.
Evet, askerlikle ilişkisi. Başlayalım bakalım.
I would have asked Beckett or Majewski or Driscoll about their involvement, but that's difficult, considering they're all dead. That leaves you, Sheldon.
You can't blame their deaths on me, Phelps.
You're lying, Courtney. The other guys aren't smart enough to attempt something like this. You either give it up, or I go after Jack for it.
And how do you prove that, Cole?
Kanıt olarak bunu söylüyorum ben. Biraz kendimden eminim ama umarım doğrudur. Değil.
Jack isn't scared of you, Phelps. And none of us were. We just followed your orders.
You were on the ship, Sheldon.
Yes, that's correct.
So you had opportunity.
But it doesn't mean that I was involved.
Were you at home last Saturday? I ain't talking to you.
So you don't mind that the mob executed McGoldrick, Driscoll, and Beckett to get to you?
I don't know why you're trying to pin this on me. Where's your proof?
Al proof. Yani bak bu elbet birinde doğru çıkacak yani değil mi? Yanlış mıyım yani? Bak bu itiraf var burada bir tane. Courtney'e söyle kötü şans. Deniz Piyadesi söylüyor bunu. İşte bu kadar.
Bad luck. It was worth a try.
I feel bad about Beckett, Phelps. He was a hard charger. Those guys deserve more. I don't blame them for taking their shot.
Have you finished, Detective?
I'm just getting started. You have an answer for everything, Courtney. Let's hope Jack does, because now I'm going after him. Is there anyone you're not prepared to sacrifice?
Jack is not in this. He's a good guy.
You or Jack, Courtney. I don't care who goes to jail. I just want the morphine off the street.
What are you offering, Cole?
Don't be ridiculous, son. This man is gambling.
What's your offer?
Doctor, good to see you.
I'm conducting an investigation.
Upstairs in my office now.
This man is about to confess.
As of now, you're suspended from duty pending
Al
a fitness
işte,
review.
al işte.
What are you talking about?
You heard the man, Phelps. Upstairs and face the music like the hero you were. You certainly had us fooled, Detective. Phelps, you're one of my favorite sons. You've broken this old man's heart.
Sir, what is going on here?
You're suspended, Phelps. Hand over your badge and gun.
Don't keep him waiting.
What is going on here?
Your wife's attorney has pictures of you and the German. Compromising pictures, lad.
She's pressing charges. You'll be formally charged with adultery. A criminal cannot serve as an LAPD officer, as I'm sure you're aware.
I don't understand.
How could you do it, lad? Your wife, your children, consorting with the enemy and a dope fiend at that. You're lucky the war is over. You'd be taken out and shot. The department doesn't need this kind of publicity, Phelps. Hand over the gun, keep your head down until your board hearing. I forbid you to make any comments to the press. What the hell were you thinking?
Ne oldu şimdi? İftiraya mı uğradık? Al, karısı da evi terk ediyor şimdi.
Marie, listen, Marie, I need to explain.
Please leave. You're upsetting the girls.
Let me see them, Marie. They're my daughters.
Go to her, Cole. You have done enough damage here. Do you want me to call the police?
For God's sake, Marie. Can't we at least talk?
What is there to talk about? Do you love her? Do you? What were you thinking? What about our children? Can you imagine what this has been like for them? Go away, Cole. My father has hired an attorney and you will be hearing from him.
I'd like to explain, Marie. I'd like to tell you what I've been going through.
What you've been going through. I have had reporters camped out on the front lawn all morning. I can't stand it, Cole.
Yine geldi onun yanına. Bir yanlış, bir yanlış diyor. Bir ipucu eksik. 6 yanlışımız var ama çok önemli değil. Zaten 3 yıldız almışız. Arkadaşlarını ispiyonlayan Felix gibi bir deniz piyadesinin üstesinden gelmek için kurnazca sorulara ve somut kanıtlara ihtiyacım vardı. Rütben düştü. Artık kundakçılık masasındayız. Nasıl oluyorsa atılmamışız. Bilmem. Aa bak yine ısıtıcı. Instahead markayı hatırladınız mı ilk bölümden? İlk bölümlerden.
Okay, everyone, keep it down. Cole Phelps joins the arson squad today.
How'd you like porking that German whore, Phelps?
Phelps is up before a review board in December. Until then, he works the arson desk. End of story. Phelps.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what you did or didn't do, Phelps. I hear you're a good case man. But if you fuck up on my detail, I'll have you out of here before your feet touch the ground. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, sir.
Cap, we don't want a fucking rat like Phelps.
Can it, Tilden? Phelps, I'm partnering you with Herschel Biggs.
I don't do partners. You know that, Cap.
You do now, Biggs. Social basket cases like you two should get along just fine. Biggs will show you the ropes, Phelps.
This is arson. There are no ropes.
It shouldn't take long, then. Start with these two. House fires. 326 South Kenmore Avenue. Steffen's family was out of town when it happened. Then go to 4414 Rosewood, family by the name of Sawyer. Fire brigade will be on location.
Are they suspicious, Captain?
That's for you to find out, Detective. Now get out of here. Both of you. Get out!
Evet. Şimdi polislikten henüz atılmadık çünkü bir araştırma varmış. O yüzden beni en kötü masaya, yani onlara göre en kötü, bana göre en zor olanlarından biri. Neden? Çünkü kundakçılık masası bu. Yani birçok kanıt yanmış demek. Çok az kanıt var demektir. Bugün biter mi bitmez mi? Oynayacağız bu bölümde. İşte bir iki saat daha buradayım. Biterse biter, bitmezse bir bölüm daha çekeriz. Sorun değil. Şunu biliyorum, fazla kalmadı yani. Bu son masa olduğunu biliyorum kesinlikle. Başka masa yok çünkü zaten sol alttaki defterde de yazıyor kundakçılık. Bak başka masa yok. 4 tane vardı.
We gonna do the small talk thing now? Talk baseball, exchange addresses? I don't think so. Feeling down, hotshot? Need a buddy? We'll look somewhere else.
Kimse beni sevmiyor.
So this is how it's going to be, partner?
I already told you, I don't do partners. I seen you on your first day, hero. Walking into the station, chest puffed out like a little kid at his confirmation. You wouldn't have given me the time of day. And now you need somebody. That somebody's supposed to be me. Well, it's not gonna happen.
That's quite a speech. I heard you were the strong silent type.
You cracking wise, Phelps?
No, Biggs. I'm breaking the ice.
Just drive, hotshot.
There isn't much left.
There never is if the job's done properly.
You think it was deliberate?
Nah, that's real pain in your face. They would have moved out the things they care about if this was insurance. There's no mileage in this. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Hirsch. Cap this one.
Yeah. Mike Brannigan, Cole Phelps. It's okay, Brannigan. His name may be dog shit, but there's none in his hand.
No offense, Phelps.
None taken. Do you have anything?
The fire started late last night. Steffen's family at Catalina Island. Won some kind of competition. Looks like the only thing they ever won in their lives. And they come home to this.
I'd say they were pretty lucky, really.
They don't have any insurance. Everything they own, including the house, is now that pile of rubble.
Where are they sleeping?
In the car. It's lucky the whole block didn't burn down. Word is they're bulldozing this whole neighborhood to build new homes for GIs. That's the man in the house. In the ruins. Terry lady is his wife.
We'll take a look around. Come on, Phelps.
Evet, yanmış bir evde ne bulabilirsin ki? Ne kadar kanıt var ki? En zor masalardan biri aslında.
Mr. Steffens? Cole Phelps and Herschel Biggs, LAPD. I know it's a difficult time, but could we have a word?
Don Steffens.
You were out of town.
We won a prize. We had a wonderful time. Came home to this.
Do you still have the tickets?
Sure.
It's a formality, but we'll need to speak to the issuing agent.
Katanili adasına gitmişler.
Can you tell me any more about the prize that you won, Mr. Steffens?
Weekend at Catalina Island. My wife got this flyer in the mail from the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Doğru.
Did you enter any kind of competition?
My wife filled in a flyer. The lady just rung up and told us we won. It's the first time I ever won anything.
The redevelopment fund. Did they offer to buy you out?
They're building new houses. They showed their money and most of the neighborhood just packed up and walked away. But I never bargained with them.
Doğru. Herhalde. Değil.
GI houses?
Yeah, something like that.
That's all we need for the moment, Mr. Steffens.
All right.
Enteresan ya.
Probably nothing.
Adam şu halde bile yalan söyleyebiliyor bize yani.
Hasn't given me anything to go on.
Isn't that the cop who caught the guy that was pretending to be dead?
Seems irrelevant.
Aha, ısıtıcıyı buldu.
Recently serviced. Could be something to go on.
Remember the dead lady they found under the train? He solved the case. Booked on bar fraud and murder.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need information on the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Yes, Detective. Just checking. The fund is a semi-government agency established to speed up the building of GI homes. It has private investors as well as a government endowment.
Huh. You have an address for them?
There is one listed here, corner of Beverly and Mariposa.
Thanks.
Bu şey ilanlarını unutmayın. Bu önemli olacak bir noktada. Öyle hatırlıyorum. Building a better California. California'yı daha iyi yapmak diyor sanırım. Yapar diyor. Sanırım bu bir ev şirketi. Elysian Fields demiş. Bu ev de dağılmış bu arada, ne dersen. Şimdi ötekine gidelim. Öteki yandan binaya.
Can you drive to this one?
Have there been any other house fires?
This is arson. We get an average of 2 a night. Does that answer your question? Hi, Albert. We've caught this case.
Hey, Biggs. We? You have a partner? What gives?
This is Cole Phelps. You may have read about him.
Oh, now I get it. Hello, Phelps. Welcome to the netherworld of arson. Family of 4 found dead in their beds. Heater explosion.
Hey, another one?
Looks that way. Insta-Heat Model 70. Before you get excited, we get a couple of water heaters a month go back. Take a look around the yard and see what you can find.
Ulan ne ısıtıcıymış lan, her evde yangın çıkarmış.
Mal.
Aa, Mal burada.
You gonna stick it out, Cole? I'm gonna try, Mal. What have you got?
Family by the name of Sawyer. Mother, father, and 2 kids. All in bed from the looks of it. Well, I'd say carbon monoxide poisoning. The burns are superficial.
Time of death?
I'd say about midnight. Anything more exact will take some time to determine. Lynch tells me this has something to do with a faulty water heater?
Could be. There's been a spate of problems with a particular brand. I've got another angle in mind.
You care to elucidate, Detective? This is a murder and not an accident. Sharing information has helped us solve quite a few cases together.
I need something concrete, Mal, before the department gets wind of it. I'm in arson for a reason.
I feel sorry for your wife and kids, Phelps, not for you. But you're a good case man. One of the best I've ever met. I'll help in any way I can.
Thanks, Mal. I'd say that's firm but fair. How about the insurance companies write these incidents up as acts of God? Hey, Biggs! Is this significant?
Regulator valve. Good find.
Detectives? This is the next door neighbor.
Detective Phelps. Can you help?
They were supposed to be going away. They won a trip somewhere. But little Henry got sick, so they had to cancel. What are the chances?
Do you know who ran the competition?
Gulliver's Travel, up on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Çok güzel.
You've been a big help.
Phelps, the guy across the street. I've seen him before. He likes fire.
Yangınlar hoşuna mı gidiyor?
Hurry, you can still catch him.
Ulan yangınlar hoşuna gidiyormuş adam.
Stop! LAPD!
Ulan yakalasana, ne yapıyor?
ID on you, firebug. Stop right there.
This isn't a racetrack. He wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
Lock him up and throw away the key.
What's your name?
Herbert Chapman.
So you like fires?
Some.
Watching them or setting them?
I don't want any trouble.
Turn out your pockets.
You're a naughty boy, aren't you, Herbert?
I keep myself to myself.
Bu ne lan? Sigarayla yakıyormuş galiba elleri.
Cigarette in a matchbox gives you a 5 or 6 minute delay. You want more time, you use a mosquito coil. Don't you, Herbert?
You like this fire, Herbert?
Hell no. I heard it over the fire radio. Sounded sweet.
When you finish following your leads, come and see me at the fire station. I have a theory about this.
Will do, Lynch. Take this guy in. We might want him for questioning later.
You got it, Detective.
Why have you got such a hard-on for this case? If it is murder, it's almost impossible to prove. Fire doesn't leave much evidence. There's no percentage in this.
I think it's more than one case.
They're house fires, Cole. Accidents, heater fires, gas explosions.
There's got to be a reason.
The reason is you want to be a star again. Forget it. Give it up. You'll feel better.
There's something to this. I know it.
What are you talking about? Arson is insurance. It's always been insurance.
We still investigate the cases, Biggs. The people in this house are dead.
Go soak your head, Phelps. This hero business is a full-time obsession with you.
I'm gonna make this case. I'm gonna rub the department's nose in it. Help me or stay out of my way.
Abo. Der yaptın ha? Şimdi şu seyahat ajantasına bir bakalım. Nasıl olur da iki yanan eve çekiliş kazandırıp onları tatile göndermeyi niyetleyebilir. Biri tatile gitmiş, öbürleri iptal etmiş. Enteresan.
KGPL to any central unit. Ambulance shooting. Any central unit. Identify.
Buna bir gidelim bakalım. Uzun zamandır gitmedim ya, bir gideyim. Yapmayacaktım bunu ama özledim, bir kere yapalım bakalım. Lan kayboldu Simge. Simge kayboldu. Allah kahretsin. Neyse. Tamam ya, hadi yürü.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
KTI is a member of the American Century Broadcasting Network.
KGPL to any central unit. Ambulance shooting. Any central unit. Identify.
Bak bu sefer tekrar çıktı ama gitmeyeceğim.
11K, go ahead.
Car 11K. Ambulance shooting. Meet the officer at the interstate bus station.
Aa, vardı lan.
Code 2.
Böyle de gidiliyormuş. Bak bilmiyordum bunu ben.
What's the situation?
Some stick-up boys lost their heads and a girl got shot. We have to move fast, sir. There are still people inside.
otobüse bindik kaçıyor sandım. Çünkü araba işareti çıktı radarda ya. Ben sandım otobüse bindik kaçacak.
KGPL to any central unit. Ambulance shooting. Any central unit. Identified.
We can take the call.
11K, go ahead.
We're not the only cops in this town.
Call 11K. Ambulance shooting. Meet the officer at the interstate bus.
We don't want any civilian casualties. He's on the lam! On the floor! You're behind the wheel.
Empty beds bring.
Üç dört davada bunda olsa herhalde biter. O ne lan? Bak, kartonmuş. Seyahat acentası.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD.
John Cunningham. Can I help you, gentlemen?
We have reason to believe that the Sawyer family of 4414 Rosewood Avenue recently won a competition run by your company.
Yes, I remember them. They called up to cancel at the last minute. One of the kids was sick. Very unfortunate.
Do you mind if I take a look at that?
Here they are. Steffens.
Stephen'lar burada, evet. Ötekiler kimdi? Sawyer'dı.
The Sawyer family. Rosewood Avenue.
Tell us about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
There's not much to tell. They run a promotion. Our promotion's mailing list covers half of LA.
Bir saniye. Bir saniye.
Tell us about the Suburban Redevelopment
Bak
Fund.
şimdi.
There's not much to tell. They run a promotion. Our promotion's mailing list covers half of LA.
Bak. Bizim adam şey yapıyor. Sinirleniyor. Böyle. Yalan
So you
diyecek.
don't believe that it's suspicious that a guy who doesn't want to sell his house wins some holiday tickets, and while he's away, his home burns down?
To me, it just sounds like really bad luck. It's not like everyone who wins a prize gets their house set on fire, officer.
I'm told the tickets were a prize.
Yes, they were.
You do a lot of these prizes.
Look, there are hundreds of these promotions running at any one time. If you're the lucky guy, you get your name pulled out of a hat,
Şüpheli.
While the Sawyer family were supposed to be at Catalina Island, their house burnt down. You consider them lucky?
Christ. I'm sorry to hear that.
Can you tell me who offered the prize won by the Sawyer family?
Sure. Look, there's supposed to be some sort of supervised draw with hundreds of tickets. But the reality is the Suburban Redevelopment Fund calls me every couple of weeks and tells me exactly who's won.
Thanks for your help.
No problem. I just wish I could do something for that family.
You could put round the hat. A few bucks would really help them now.
I suppose so.
Good. I'll put you down for 50. I could tell you were Samaritan the minute I walked in the door.
50? Are you...
Good man, Cunningham. You're all right.
Yeah, I'm great. Poorer, but great.
Enteresan bir dava ya.
You can drive.
All right. Where to? Let me guess. You want to check out the Suburban address?
Great partners must think alike, Herman.
İşte o reklamlardaki tabela.
This is supposed to be the registered offices of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
This is an Elysian housing development, Mac.
So Elysian is an investor in the redevelopment fund.
Looks that way.
Are we done here, Mac? I've got work to do.
Sure, buddy. Thanks for your help. Elysian are investors in the Suburban Redevelopment. So what? If you think I'm putting my pension on the line and harassing Leland Monroe without evidence, you're out of your mind.
So Elysian Fields builds the houses, while the Suburban Redevelopment Fund foots the bill.
Ortaklaşa bir iş gibi değil mi? Şimdi itfaiyeciyle bir konuşalım bakalım.
You know the way. You can drive.
Lynch says we should visit him at Fire Station 32.
Who exactly is this guy, Lynch?
Lynch is a legend. You should feel privileged. He doesn't let many people into the inner sanctum. Keep your mouth shut, and you'll learn something about fires.
We came as soon as we could.
Goddamn Bruins are having a season of hell.
Lynch.
Biggs, you two investigating the house fire on Kenmore Avenue as well?
Yep. Why?
I had a look around the place while I was out there.
Do you believe the fire?
I deal in facts, Phelps. Evidence of an explosion. No obvious sign of accelerants. Wiring looks intact. Come and take a look at this.
This the heater from the Sawyer fire, Al?
Yes, it is.
Huh. Looks like it was recently serviced.
I have a theory, and it's a theory only. I don't have enough evidence to prove...
Al, if you say it's so, we're listening.
Okay, Phelps. You're a bright penny. You have a gas supply. You have a Bunsen burner as a pilot light. You have a regulator valve, and the balloon represents the gas expanding in the room. Now, the gas has to make contact with the mosquito coil to form an explosion. Let's see if you can work out the chain of events. Phelps. You need to get the arrangement right before we can reproduce the results.
Balonu buraya koy.
The gas bubble needs to be next to the coil if it's gonna ignite.
Yanlış yere mi koyuyorum ya? Allah Allah.
Try again, Boy Scout. Good, your regulator's in position. Okay, I'll light your pilot and turn the gas on.
You pull the lever on the left to turn on the gas.
So that's how it's being done.
Maybe. There could be a fault with these valves. I've adjusted this one for our experiment, but you need to take it to InstaHeat and see what they say. Their headquarters is on North Harvard Boulevard, number 262.
Thanks, Albert.
You're welcome, Biggs. See you at the next show.
Don't do that again.
That's the creep.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
So where do you want to go?
Show?
The next fire. We should go to the factory and see how many of these things are going bang in the night.
You know this Chapman character?
Guy's a freak. Loves fires. He's the kind of guy that would like for a lot of things, but we don't really have any credible evidence to pursue him with.
When is America going to understand? It's not about getting, it's about giving.
You know that...
LAPD detectives, ma'am. We need to speak to someone in charge.
I see. Well, duty manager for today is Mr. Rasick. You should find him in his office.
Rehab is for quitters. He wants a 5-star goddamn wedding. There are three kinds of people. Those who can count and those who can't.
3 blondes walk into a bar. You think one of them would have seen it?
New and improved model. We'll be selling these like hotcakes.
How bad is it? Come on, you could tell me.
Mister, a man like you always loses a battle of wits because you're unarmed.
Detective Phelps and Biggs, arson. We're investigating a couple of house fires. What can you tell us about this?
Pressure regulator from a Model 70, yeah. Let me take a look. We have a problem. This has been tampered with.
What?
You see this diaphragm? It forms a seal across the saddle here. Gas flows across from here to here. The diaphragm regulates flow. It's been reversed. It's a subtle change, but it means the gas never closes off properly.
So you're telling me that this is not a manufacturing fault or service repair?
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the design.
Ben yalan olduğunu düşünüyorum. Neden biliyor musunuz? Çünkü
I think you're lying, Razik. Either these heaters are flawed in inception, or they were badly put together. Which is it?
If you want to pursue that line of questioning, we could have our day in court. I'll put my engineering credentials up
bakımı
against yours.
yapılmış ya bunlardan. Bak burada da bakım yapılmış. Bakım yapılmış olduğu için düşünüyorum. Yanlış mı düşünüyorum?
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what falls out. So you're telling me that this is not a manufacturing fault or service repair?
I don't think there's
Zaten bak orada
anything
söylüyor bakım
wrong with the
hatası.
design.
Ben yine yalan söyleyeceğim. Yalan diyeceğim.
I think you're lying, Razik. Either these heaters are flawed in inception, or they were badly put together. Which is it?
If you want to pursue that line of questioning, we could have our day in court. I'll put my engineering credentials up against yours.
Buyurun.
We can try to get
Hayda.
to the bottom of this error, or we can make it confrontational. So what's it going to be, detective?
Are these diaphragms prone to failure?
They tend to go after a while. The rubber lasts quite a few years and then it perishes.
So the guys' names that I've been seeing doing the repairs on the heaters, they're fully licensed and accredited.
Sure, of course they are.
Değil. Gözlerini kaçırıyor. Şüpheli.
You employ
Ay.
accredited mechanics to do this.
We call them installers. Technically, they're gas fitters.
Installers, then.
They know what they're doing, detective, if that's what you're trying to imply.
I want you to get me a copy of the list of your installers.
Okay, I'll get it for you. There, around a dozen of them. Housing business is going crazy at the moment.
Come on, you can tell me.
This is a long shot. We are not going to rouse that whole list.
Orada bak.
I want to run it by R&I, cross-reference for arsonists. See if any of these guys have any previous. Sir, I need to use your phone.
Go right ahead.
Sam's taking me out to Palm Springs for the weekend.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need to know if any of the following names have a previous criminal history.
Okay, Detective, run the names.
Acevedo Ernesto, Clemens Walter, Elgram John, Gable Leroy, Kelligrew Peter, Cutner Robert, Limehouse Albert, Manning Franklin, Neves Raymond, O'Brien Thomas, Ryan Matthew, Spurgeon William, Varley Reginald, Zurich Stephen.
Clemens Walter, previous conviction for arson and malicious damage. Burned down a house in Westwood in 1942. 4-year jail term.
Thanks.
Ryan Matthew, charged for contempt of court, attempted murder, plea bargain down to assault charge.
Anyone else?
There is a Reginald Varley wanted for murder by Detroit Police Department.
Oha.
Thanks.
Lan
You've been a big help, young lady.
3 tane suçlu çalıştırıyorsun işte.
You drop something?
Üş
Your
yani.
employment roster is quite the rogues gallery, Mr. Rasick. Desperate times indeed. Do you have an address for Clemens?
He's working on an apartment building on Catalina and 3rd.
What about Ryan?
Currently working at a housing development on Normandy and 1st Street.
Varley, where is he?
Beverly and Mariposa, currently working on a new housing development. Hey, Varley's a good guy. You can't harass all my people.
These guys have lockers.
Yes, they do, but my men have a right to some privacy. Don't you need a warrant or something?
Show him and keep quiet.
Bunda da var.
some light reading on the merciless capitalist machine. Ryan wants the world to be a better place, don't we all?
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
I said, if you're a producer, then I'm Lana Turner Jeff.
The company went through thousands of these in the war. Still got eaten alive. Barley has a problem with bugs.
You know that a mosquito coil takes an hour to burn down, Rasik?
No, I didn't know that.
It's the favorite choice of ignition by arsonists. Gives them time to get away.
You're crazy. He probably lives near the canals in Venice. Mind if I leave you to it? I got work waiting.
Yürü git. Ulan tuşları çalıştırıp duruyorsun.
Three birds. Clemens, Ryan, Varley. Where to, Phelps?
Oğlum.
He's dull as dishwater, but I'm not with him for the conversation.
Hadi bakalım şunun şantiyesinden başlayalım, ne olacak? Bir şey oldu. Öbür adam bir iş başında.
You're behind the wheel.
Biggs, LAPD. We want some answers and we want them quick.
Okay, okay. What's this all about? Just tell me what you want.
Bununla ilgili biz ne bulmuştuk? Ona bakalım. Bu adam kimdi? Walter Clemens. Clemens'te tabii ki anarşist broşürü vardı. Daha önce kundakçılık yapmış beyefendi. Bakalım şimdi ne olacak.
You know Reginald Barley?
No? Can't say I do.
Yalan.
You have a real viper's nest that insta-heat, don't you? Arsonists, murderers, communists.
What's that got to do with me? You can't prove I'm behind all that.
Komünist broşürümüz var elimizde. Komünist diyorum, anarşist broşür.
Look.
Hayda.
I've been cooperative. How about letting me get back to work?
Oradan belki dedim bağlantı vardır ama yok.
I contract for them. So what?
You were licensed and worked for InstaHeat?
I contract for them. So what?
You were licensed and worked for InstaHeat?
I contract for them. So what?
You like fires, don't you, Clemens? You serviced the house on Kenmore Avenue. You manipulated the regulator valve.
I don't remember even working a job on Kenmore Avenue, much less sabotaging the place. What proof have you got? I do a day's work for a day's wage. That's what I do. You got a problem with that?
Arkadaş. Çok dikkatsiziz ya bugün nedense.
Do you know Matthew Ryan?
No. Don't know the name.
Nasıl tanımıyorsun ya?
You and Ryan are fifth columnists.
And how do you figure that, wise guy? What proof do you have? Been following me to meetings? I am not now, nor have I ever been, a member of the Communist Party. Nice try, copper.
Clemens, for someone with your record, I would expect a little more cooperation.
Çok zorlaştı bu oyun ya.
You can drive.
And where exactly are we going? Farley's on the run. He might be packing heat. If he's wanted for murder, I say we take the doubt out of the equation and let him have it.
You nervous?
It's been a while.
You were in combat.
In 1917. You know, I never fired my weapon in the line of duty.
That's nothing to be ashamed of. I hope your piece is still serviceable, Herschel.
I may be old and out of practice, but I'm still a Marine, Phelps.
It would be better for our case if we could bring him in, Herschel. LAPD, Varley! Stop or I'll shoot!
Al işte.
Come on, Varley. Can't keep running forever. Hey! Fuck you! You run all the way from Michigan, Reginald?
Vururum da gerek yok.
Why did you run from us, Varley?
I'm gonna take a wild guess. You're the same Reginald Varley the Detroit police have an outstanding warrant on. How am I doing so far?
I need a lawyer before I talk to any of you.
Reginald Varley, you're under arrest for committing a series of arsons. You're also under arrest for murder. Detroit PD will be putting in a request for your extradition. Until then, you're guest of the scene.
Arson? You can't hang that rap on me.
Be quiet. Be thankful we don't shoot you.
Are all the cops in this town crazy?
Take him away, officer. Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
Are you Matthew Ryan?
Who's asking?
Detective Phelps and Biggs, Arson Squad.
Arson?
You heard the man.
Let's just put this stuff in the car and I'll be right with you.
Hold it, Ryan. I said, son of a bitch.
Over GI's backyard is crashed.
The damage is only cosmetic.
He's a one-man wrecking ball.
Move in. I'll take out the van.
He's going to kill those men.
They'll get out of the way.
Only if they hear him coming.
Close in, Phelps. We need to take Ryan down before he hurts somebody. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tire. Get in close and steer him off the car.
He's got an arson-related assault charge and he's running.
Running?
Put your hands where I can see them. Why did you run, Ryan?
I was scared.
You got a reason to be scared, Ryan?
Matthew Ryan, I'm arresting you on suspicion of committing a series of arsons.
We have 3 suspects. As much as I'd like it to be Chapman, I think it's one of the other 2 guys. Let's get to the station and close this case.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we
Evet.
going?
Şu anda karar vereceğimiz yere gidiyoruz. Bakalım kimi suçlayacağız? Bir sürü şüphelimiz var.
I have 2 suspects.
Phelps, you got nothing. Biggs, Ryan's waiting for you in interview 1. Varley's in 2.
Hey, Hopkins, you practicing your asshole routine again? Come on, Phelps.
I want to make homicide. You know you made it.
İşimiz zor.
Save yourself some time and get this thing off your chest.
If that's your opening gambit, you better try again.
Şimdi bu Ryan. Şimdi bakımını Ryan yaptığı bir ısıtıcı var elimizde. Hakaret ve saldırıdan daha önce mahkum edilmiş. Anarşist broşürü var.
You know how to reverse a diaphragm in the regulator valve of a Model 70 heater?
No, I don't.
Doğru söylemediğini düşünüyor bizim karakter. Suratını ekşitti çünkü. Ne diyeceğim bilemiyorum ya. Yalan deyip bunu da söyleyebiliriz. Bir yalan diyelim bakalım ne olacak.
If you know enough to do your job, you know enough to do that repair. You're lying, Ryan.
And how do you think you can prove that?
Çünkü bakımını yaptın diyeceğim. Çünkü bakımını yaptın diyeceğim. Ya da iptal edip şüpheli de diyebiliriz. Yani bu işi yanlış olduğunu senin biliyor olman lazım. Çünkü işte bakımını yaptın yakın zamanda. Ama şimdi olayın başlangıcında birisi sabote ederken o vanayı eklerken görünüyor. Şimdi mantıken o zaman bu adamın suçu yok. O zaman şüpheli diyebiliriz.
Looks like I was mistaken.
Ben şüpheli diyelim bakalım hadi. İnşallah yalan değildir.
You expect me to believe that?
Maalesef
Ryan. I can do it
şüpheli değil.
myself.
Believe whatever you want, Flatfoot. You're part of the conspiracy.
Ama işte bak şüpheli dedik olmadı.
What can you tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Nothing.
Doğru. Değil. Doğru değil. Allah'ım.
You ever visit Catalina Island?
I went there for my honeymoon.
So you want to change the world, Ryan?
Yes, I do. So does every reasonable person.
And you're doing your part?
Yes, I am.
Does that include sabotaging water heaters to destroy a company?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Abi bilemiyoruz. Hiçbir şekilde bilemiyoruz. Bırak gözleri kanıtlardan, şeylerden. Üzerine düşeni yaptım mı diyor şimdi. Ben burada broşürüm var. Onu zaten söylüyor. Ben şimdi ne diyeceğim ki bu adama yani? Gözlerini de kaçırmıyor. Doğru diyeceğim. Doğru değil diyecek şimdi. Yani
I didn't say that.
adamın hiçbir şeyini ispatlayamıyorsun ki ya.
You have a history of violence.
I have no such thing.
You have a history of violence.
I have no such thing.
Var. Yalan.
You're lying, Ryan.
And how exactly are you going to prove that?
Çünkü santral söyledi. Al.
You were charged with attempted murder, Ryan.
It was a court case. No criminal liability was the verdict. They said that they couldn't have known that the faulty heater installation would cause a fire. All I know is I lost my whole family. And the company that was responsible got away with it. What would you do?
Which company?
Hephaestus Water Heater Company.
That's it for the moment, Ryan.
So I can go?
Sure. As soon as your red friends storm the building and carry out, you'll keep your seat until we decide how long to lock you up for, knucklehead. I think Ryan is our man.
Bak ne diyor?
Procedure says we eliminate all of the suspects. Let's speak to V.A.R.
Adam bak suçlu bu diyor. Ben de yeteri kadar dört doğru yapamadığım için bunu şu an tutuklayamıyorum. Şu anda. Orada da zaten yazdı yukarıda. Eğer yeteri kadar öttüremediysen diyor, adamı tutuklayamazsın diyor yani. Ne yapacağız? Şimdi yanlış adamı tutuklayacağız galiba. Ulan nerede? Interview room 1.
Got a stakeout down on Second later tonight.
İkinci oda nerede? Ha burada.
I want to make homicide. I mean, you know you've made.
We have Matthew Ryan in custody, Varley. I think all we need to do is ask him about this, and he'll rat you out.
Fuck Ryan, that pinko bastard.
Have you ever worked on a place on Rosewood Avenue? Family by the name of Sawyer?
Maybe. I'm from out of town. I go where they send me. I don't do a lot of repairs, though. I'm flat out on new installations.
Varley cinayetten aranıyormuş zaten. Aynı zamanda malzeme dolabında sinek kavucu var.
Have you ever worked on a place on Rosewood Avenue? Family by the name of Sawyer?
Maybe. I'm from out of town. I go where they send me. I don't do a lot of repairs though.
Sawyer ailesinin bakımını bu yapmamış mıydı? Bakalım. Yapmış. O zaman yalan.
Why are you lying to me, Varley? If Suburban wants their new installations completed, why are you bothering with wrecks like the Sawyer house?
So I'm lying just because I can't remember if I was there or not?
Oradaydın daha önce.
How can you prove that I was?
Şuradan kanıtlayacağım. Bakımını sen yapmışsın.
Your name is on the inside door of their water heater.
Okay.
Aynen yakaladım seni, evet.
Suburban, yeah, they wanted that guy out. Sawyer kept complaining about not being able to get his heater service, so they threw in a free service as a sweetener. I think he played him though, because he still wouldn't sell.
What would reversing the diaphragm of an Insta-Heat Model 70 do?
Yeah, I made that mistake before. You get a big bang when you turn the pilot back on.
So you didn't deliberately sabotage the water heater at the Sawyer house?
No, I did not. You out of your mind?
Bunlar tesisatçı. Bunlar ikisinde tesisatçı. Pekala. Şimdi bu ayar vanasını Ryan orada bulduk. Yani onun yaptığı yangın yerinde değil. Ryan yaptığı yerin yerinde. Bu adam da Ryan olmadığına göre. Bunda da şey var. Bu var.
What would reversing the diaphragm of an Insta-Heat Model 70 do?
Yeah, I made that mistake before. You get a big bang when you turn the pilot back on.
So you didn't deliberately sabotage the water heater at the Sawyer house?
No, I did not. You out of your mind?
Şüpheli diyeceğim. Değil.
Give me something, Varley, or I'll put it all on you.
Yalanmış.
Hey, look, I could try to pin this on one of the other guys, but I'd just be making something up.
Of.
We're done for now.
So what happens?
You're either going back to Detroit to face a murder rap, or you're staying here to answer for these arsons.
You think those Vice boys get any on the side?
Şey merak ediyorum.
Parker, O'Green? I don't know who they were.
Maalesef bu adamı suçlayamıyoruz.
Buzz off. Your face is starting to annoy me.
Bana seçenek bırakmıyor oyun. Bu adamı tutuklayacağız ama. Evet, tam düşündüğüm şey oldu şu an.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
Öbür adamı öttüremediğim için bu adamı tutuklayacağız. Başka seçenek yok. Mecburuz.
Reginald Varley, I'm charging you with committing a series of arsons and for the murders of Hank Sawyer, Edwina Sawyer, Henry Sawyer, and Jessica Sawyer.
I'm no cold-blooded criminal. I could never bring up a whole family in their home.
How is it? No, just keep your mouth shut and listen to me for a second. How is it you can bring no less than 3 suspects into my station, conduct extensive interviews, sift through mountains of evidence with Lynch and Pinker, and still manage to charge the wrong fucking guy? I took a chance on you, Phelps. People said I was crazy, and you made me look like a jerk. You may not be much of an arson investigator, but I hear you're merciless on the beat. Get going.
Aman tanrım. Aman tanrım, aman tanrım. En başarısız olduğumuz dava oldu herhalde. 15 soru sorup sadece 4 tanesini doğru yanıtlayabildik. Kundakçılık için 4 yıl yatmış Clement. Ve yaptıklarını gururla söz edilecek biri diyor. Clement hangisiydi acaba? Çok başarısız oluyoruz ya. Son davalarda özel. Yani ilk davalar çok güzeldi böyle. İlk ikisi ama.
You're 2 blocks behind first and second.
We have more buildings to clear. You know our orders,
There's
Sergeant.
barely a building left standing or not on fire in your zone, Cole. Is your sector full of Japs?
Questioning my command.
The captain doesn't want anyone falling behind.
Tell the captain we will join him when the job is done.
Just give us the word, Sarge. We'll take care of him. He should be sectioned. That Jap lover's a fucking liability.
We're here to kill Japs, not our own people.
Star-crossed son of a bitch. No one wants to serve under him. He's bad fucking luck.
Can it? We have a job to do here. If I can live with it, you can too.
Evet, o zaman burada bitirelim. Bayağı fail olduk zaten. Bir sonraki bölümde A Walk in şu Asylum Fields. Bu ev şirketi sanırım bu. Evleri yakan bu adam işte. Saçına bakılırsa bu adam olduğunu düşünüyorum. Ama içeri tıkacağımız adam bu değil, öbürü olacaktı. Tamam, bugünlük bu kadar. Yarın bir ihtimal yaparım ya da yapmam. Ama öbür gün mutlaka devam ederiz. Biraz daha dikkatli oynamam gerekiyor bu oyunu. Çok dikkatli oynamam gerekiyor çünkü son davalar en zorları bunlar zaten. Gelin teşekkür ederim. Görüşmek üzere, hoşça kalın.